Well, hello again, Steve here, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about our nature as human beings, as men and women, to say, I will not do, I will not take action, I can't because ... And some of the times this is legitimate. I mean, in an extreme case, we're in jail and we see no conceivable way out, but yet we're on the wedding roster for an upcoming family member or whatever. We could legitimately say, I cannot attend because I am in jail, or something like that. But this is something of the exception, right? A lot of times we will say I will not because I'm a man, and men don't do that. I'm a woman, I'm too old, I'm only 5'4", I'm dark-haired, blonde-haired, whatever it is. We will say all sorts of things. I'm not certified for that, or whatever, right? And this is the sort of thing that there's elements of truth to that because there's controllables and uncontrollables, right? But a lot of times this comes down to excuses, because we're not seeing around it. We're using it as a block, a convenient block, maybe, for us to not do something. I know there's a friend of mine who's from Mexico, and she's taken a different path in life, but from what I can see, she got into construction, which is not typically a woman's field. But she does all kinds of videos to help other people who are similar to her. An immigrant, a woman, maybe language barrier or whatever, to do something that they wanted, that they didn't think they could do, but that they could do because, in her opinion, because if I can do it, you can do it. Or at least you can do your version of it, of what it is that you want to do, right? And this is, I think, it's just a small observation of ourselves. I think we all fall into this trap to a lesser or greater extent. Well, maybe not a guy like Donald Trump, but then again, he's kind of like the other side of the valley, isn't he? He's like talking about stuff that he's a marketer, right? So he's involved in puffery. He puffs himself a little bit too high, where we often puff ourselves down a little bit too low, I would say. Here comes the mosquitoes now coming out too. That's one thing when you get a nice mild day that's moist and there's lots of greenery, fresh greenery coming out, and little sloughs and whatnot off to the side. Here comes the mosquitoes, eh? Mosquitoes certainly say, I do not bite this person because ... No, it's like, if I can, I'm going to, right? So yeah, I think we have to be aware of our tendency to say, I cannot do this because, insert whatever the excuse of the day is. Sometimes there's legitimacy to that, and sometimes it's just a roadblock we're throwing up. So I think it's incumbent upon us to observe that. Is that true? Is it actually true that I cannot do that because of that? Or am I just saying that? Is that a convenience for me? And why don't dig a little bit deeper? Why is it really that I don't want to do it? Am I scared that I might fail? Is it too much of a financial hurdle? Is it embarrassing amongst my family's members and whatnot? Are we inserting an excuse as a substitute for the real reason? And the real reason might be something to dig down and observe, because it might be really legitimate, but it too might just be something that's getting in our way, that we can say, to hell with, I'm going to press on anyways and do what this is, because this is important for me, it's important for my morality, it's important for my family, it's important for my community, it's important for my wholesomeness, my health, whatever it is, right? Because a labor of love is very important in our lives as well. What do you think? Do you fall trapped to that sometimes? I cannot do this because syndrome? Well, might be time to have a little bit of a look at that and see what's the legitimacy of it. Talk again soon. Bye for now.